All right. So good afternoon, everybody. No, good afternoon, programmers. So it's been a while that we haven't met. Actually, medyo as I've said, no, akong schedule last time was really hectic and very tight due to my paper presentation in Thailand, as well as we have a series of MMCM Cup here, no, in Mapua when I arrived, and then. Uh, After which the week after that is ano na siya, no, holiday, which is yung April. So anyhow, we're going to continue with the two topics that we missed actually in the module 2, which are summations and sequences. So actually these topics are not that difficult. No? These are actually a little bit easy lang. Okay, so allow me to share my screen. Before we'll move to the module 3 topics now, I would need to discuss these two because these are prerequisite to module 3. All right. So yeah, that's it. So again, we're going to discuss sequences and summations today. So to start with, when we speak of sequences in mathematics, a sequence is actually a collection of elements now arranged in a specific order. Diba? We've already discussed about sets. No? We talk about sets theory, sets applications, types of sets, now union, intersection, set difference, symmetric difference, and all of those set. And actually, there are a lot of things that we need to discuss in sets, but at least ang pinaka-importante discussing about set is that how the sets theories and set algorithms are actually used in or implemented in a programming setup. So because when we are an IT people, so in continuation, as I've said, sequence is related or relative to sets because we are going to have this collections of elements, but they should be in a specific order. Unlike sets, they can be in any order. No, so it will not. It is not actually important that they are arranged in order or they are arranged in a chronological order or not. So the elements in a sequence can be either numbers, the same with what we discussed before in sets. Now can be also a letter, can be any other objects that we can arrange in a definite order. And this order of elements are important, and these are our in order for us to identify or determine the sequences, we'll need to use the notation, which is the notation that is going to be used in a sequence will be discussed later. But to spoil you, we use A instead. We use A to denote no, a sequence. So, for example, we have a sequence of natural numbers. So this sequence of natural numbers is an ordered list of numbers. Like for an instance, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we're going to write the program or implement that in a program, either Java application, C Sharp, C++, or Python, most probably we're going to be using loops to implement such. Then we can also uh, use the example of the English alphabet as the another example of a sequence. So we have A, B, C, D, so on and so forth. So to introduce to you the topic, we have here a definition that says a sequence is a discrete structure that is used to represent, as I've said earlier, an ordered list. So remember in sets, we don't the elements are not actually arranged in order. It is not actually important if it's arranged or not. But in sequence, it must be in an ordered list. So when we talk about sequence, guys, during entrance examinations, like APCAT and other psychological tests and aptitude tests, the sequence is actually plays an important role in identifying logical of a taker, yung mga sequence of number series, like for an instance, what is the next number after this one, what is the next number series after a blank, so you're going to fill in a certain number based on the series given. Okay, so that's it. Now, another one is a sequence is a function from a subset of the, definitely a set of integers. Like for an instance, we have 0, 1, 2, and so on and so forth. Or it could be any integer values which is represented by an S symbol. Then we use the notation A, as I've said kanina, no? We use the notation of A to represent the integer value or the elements. Or shall we say this A represents the key elements in that particular sequence. So now, when we talk about sets, we called elements, we called this the values inside of the open and close curly braces as elements, but in sequence, we called it as terms or entries. Okay, so again, we use the notation A, subscript N, which is sub N, and that is how we represent the sequence now, or the number series. And then we use also the same with set, and open and close curly braces, a notation wherein it represents the terms or the entries but not the elements, as we have spoken sets. Okay, so then the notation A sub n is actually the representation that n is any number series representing to that integer value, wherein it is a counting number either from 0, 1, 2, 3 to the infinity. So that's actually the meaning of a subscript of n. So now, as you can see here, we have a z to represent the positive integers. We have discussed that one in sets previously. And when we talk about n, that is we used to denote n as the set of natural numbers. So any numbers are the elements of n if and only if they have either zero or either negative values or either signed or unsigned integers. It is belong to a natural number. When we speak of the z, that is only positive integers, which are 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not excluded, which excludes 0 because 0 is non-negative, or not. It's not a signed integer, or it's not a signed numerical value. So yeah, as you can see here in this part, let flip. So in this part right here, wait, allow me to draw. Okay, in this part right here, this is the part where wait, so this is the part where in the series, yeah, a series of number from 0 to the n, which 0 to infinity, which the n represents the sequence. Okay, so any question before we proceed? Are you guys getting it, the difference between sets and sequence?
Yes, Pastor.
Hello? All right. So it seems like may nag-question. So now we have here an example. So As you can see, we have here a number series 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. This is an example of a finite sequence with 5 terms. Remember, this one right here, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8 is called a sequence or a number series 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, which is equivalent to 5 terms. 5 terms means if we're talking about sets, it means it is an element. Okay, so another example is we have here a number series, and this number series is actually a Fibonacci series number, which is I will be elaborating this one more in the next in module 3 rather. That's why I asked that's why I told you earlier that I need to discuss sequence and summation, because sequence and summation are prerequisite of our next topic in module 3, which is algorithms or algorithm complexity, where we create where we implement time and space complexity of our program, and then we do quadratic formulas and all in uh, in calculating the time and space or the complexity of our program or a certain algorithm that we are creating. So the this one here is an example of a Fibonacci series. So to spoil you, this Fibonacci series is actually it's the sum of the next contiguous part. The result of the next number series is the sum of the first two previous numbers. So example, we have here, actually it should start at 1. So 1, tapos then 1 plus 1, this will arrive to, yan yung Fibonacci series. So 1 plus 1, this generates 2, and then 2 plus 1 generates 3, 3 plus 2 generates 5, and then 3 plus 5 generates 8, 8 plus 5 generates 13, and so on and so forth. And to, yeah, of course, no, to the infinity. So yeah, we're going to discuss that one in module 3. But for now, let's focus on the uh, natural number series. Okay, another example is that we have here a number series. So it is an infinite number series which starts at 0 and it ends at no specific value. So we have because the ellipse, this there, the three periods represent that it is to the infinity. So this sequence of number 0, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and to the infinity respectively means that the A is equal to 0 because the number series that it is representing is this one now, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, it's just a number series that is what they call this one, depicted in order of in order of presentation or representation. So as you can see here, we have the result of A subscript 0 is 0, A sub 1 is 1, A sub 2 is 4, A sub 3 is 9, and A sub 4 is 16, A sub 5 is 25, can be described as the formula or notation below, as is that the value of n when it is 0, okay, when it is zeros, that means this one. Okay, remember that, take note on this one, that any number raised to the, 0 raised to the power of 2 is actually 0. And then we have here 1 right here. Okay, 1 raised to the power of 2 is 2. And then 4 raised to the power of 2 is, 2 raised to the power of 4 is, 2 is 4. And then 3 raised to the power of 3 is 9. And then 4 raised to the power of 2 is 16, and 5 raised to the power of 2 is 25, and so on and so forth. Because the n is represented as n squared. Okay, question, clarification. So the number series that the number series, we have 01491625, using the number series 01234 as the value of our entry, makes this or generates this number after or upon each number is powered by 2, or when it is raised to the power of 2. So any question? So murag na nag-chat. Yes, Humphrey.
So, for this particular sequencer, ito lang na formula ang ginamit niya.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
definitely. So it means it's either you will be asked about what is the formula that is used after uh, knowing or identifying the number series, or either if it is the series, the formula is given, and you will be the one to find out what's the number series that is being generated after. So in short, if you're going to program this is usually in normally, this is usually implemented through loops. So loops lang siya. Okay, so the summation and sequences are implemented through the use of loops, regardless of what programming language you are going to use. Okay, any question? Why it is important? Kasi kung naman ko yung instances that we, example, no, I don't know if you have tried competitive programming, joining competitive programming in ACM. So ACM is it's a association of computing machine, no, that is based in uh, where is it based? Canada ba or Massachusetts? Nakalimot ko. But if you happen to join that computing machine, no, association of computing machine, that is usually ang ginahatag nila na problems are in the word scenario, and they are only going to give you formula or number series, and you will be the one to create algorithm for that. So meaning, once you have already the problem scenario or the machine problem as they call it, you will be the one to create a formula or algorithm to represent these numbers. Kasi to solve a particular problem. Kasi usually guys, ang sa programming, based sa akong experience, no, sa programming competition, usually ang ginaano is it's not about what language you're gonna be using. But yes, it may vary kasi depending on the speed, no, the processing speed of a certain language. Like for an instance, if you use Python, really Python is a little bit sluggish compared to C++ or C compared to Java. Kasi based on is mas paspas yun ng closer to hardware, which is C++ or either C language. Then next is Java. Na magoy na ng mga specific requirement. And we're speaking now of competitive programming. So usually ang na is one has to create an algo. So by just reading the situation or the machine problem, and you will be the one to implement it afterwards in a computer na. So either magpili na ka unsa na machine, unsa na programming language imong gamiton. So yeah, that's it. Let's continue para mas masabtan. Another example is right here. If you are given this number series or the sequence of numbers, sorry, we have 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. As you can see, this is actually a number series wherein how come na inana ang generate niya. So obviously this is as you can see, this is a Fibonacci series. So di ba I told you earlier that Fibonacci series, when first Fibonacci series is 0, 1, 2, 2, 3. So first 5 ito. So ang formula niya kasi is this one. N sub n minus 1 plus a n sub n minus 2. Wherein again, the next the resulting value of the next number series is the sum of the first two values. So which is kanisha 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, and then 8 plus 5 is 13, and so on and so forth. So using this number series, we can say that the above number series or sequence can be described as like this. Ito, where n is any number that is greater than the value of 1. So don't you worry, because we're going to discuss further about the number series in the future. So particularly the Fibonacci and uh, Fibonacci series or Fibonacci number. Okay, another example is we have here number series like, as you can see, 1, okay, ano lang siya, invisible lang that there is 1 here. So 1 over 1, because the value of the formula that we are going to use is 1 over n. That is, syempre, 1 divided by 1 is still 1. So no need of actually of doing having it explicitly declared na meron siyang 1 dyan visibly. So pwedeng wala na. So 1, then 2. So merong ano dito na part na 1, then next is 2, then we have 3, and then we have 4, where 1 is a constant value. So whatever the results of this one is, simply 1 over 1 is 1, 1 over 2 is 0.5, 1 divided by 3, 1 divided by 4, and so on and so forth. So this is the order sequence or the number series using the value of A sub n. Okay? Question? Na ay question, guys? Okay, murag na ay nanguntahan niya. So dali lang, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Kadali lang, no? Okay, how about this one? So the number series 1, 2, 4, 8, 16 is represented or can be described as 2 raised to the power of n. Because when this is like, again, 1 raised to the power, how do you describe this one? Sige daw. This number series. Why is it 1, 2, 4, 8, 16? Paano siya naging 1, 2, 4, 8, 16? So n there is any element of natural number. So paano siya naging 1, 2, 4, 8, 16? Because the n there is it starts with ano? So
2,
this,
sir.
ah? So this is ano siya? Anong number ito dito?
2,
This is
sir.
0. This is 1. This is 2. So 1, 1, no? Tama? Then 2 times 2, 4. Then we have number series. We have, sige, 1. So 1, wait. How did we arrive 1 there? Sige, para mas Hello? Anyone?
Multiples of 2 po yun, sir.
Ano po?
Multiples of 2 po.
Multiples of
2.
2. So, that is, if it is multiples of 2, then how come 1 is not a multiple of, like a multiple of 2? When we talk about multiple of 2 is, dapat it should be all even numbers. Paano siya naging ano? Sige daw. For this number sequence, kasi like for an instance, what if, ano lang, no? This is multiples of 2. Okay, or divisible by 2. Yeah, right? Tama ba? This is all divisible by 2. How about this one? Ang 1. Paano siya naging, if we are going to describe it as it is divisible by 2, then 1 is not actually a number that is divisible by 2. So what's the next number after this one?
32, sir.
Okay, 32. So as you can see, all number series after this number is divisible by 2 na. Okay, or multiples by multiples by 2, no, or divisible number by 2. Tama siya. Okay, but not all hindi siya, you cannot explain it as it is always divisible by 2, or because meron tayong in between numbers that are divisible by 2, no? Meron tayong 10, meron tayong 12, 14. So this would mean that the n series, this one is starts with anong number siya mag-start? To get the value of 1. Paano siya naging paano naging 1 ang 1? Why it's not 2? Because the constant value 2, tama? The constant value 2 raised to the power of 1 is, and if we start with 2 raised to the power of 0, what is 2 raised to the power of 0? Hala, nakalimot sila. Ang say rule, ana, any number raised to the power of 0, the result is,
1.
guys, any number raised to the power of 0, the result is always, ano?
1, sir.
Very good. 1. Therefore, it is 1. That's why it is, ito siya is 1. Gets ba? The next is 2 raised to the power of 1. So that makes it 2. And then 2 raised to the power of 2 makes it 4. 2 raised to the power of 3, that makes it 8. And then 2 raised to the power of 4 makes it 16. So ganun siya. So again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the value of n, which is ito yung 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 series. That is a resulting value or the result set when you what they call this one, when you substitute the value of n with this series, the constant value of 2 will now have these numbers as 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Gets, guys? Nakuha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Sige. How about this one? Kaning third example. The constant there is the swan. Yung number series natin na n, ito yung i-substitute natin yung value. Okay? So let's say we start with, oh yan, no, ito nag-start siya with 1 raised to the power of 2, which is 1 raised to the power of 2 is still 1. Okay, so therefore, yung elements natin dito or terms, I mean yung, entry natin would be 1. Okay, the next would be 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4, 3 raised to the power of 3 is 9, and 4 raised to the power of 2 is 16, and so on and so forth. So what's next after this one? What's the next series after this one? What's the next series after this one? That's 5 raised to the power of 2, which is 25. So if you're going to create a program for this one, most likely, gawa kayo ng loop. May loop kayo dito. Let's say, for an instance, we have int I is equal to, let's start with, let's say, 1. And then pwedeng gawa kayo ng result. Let's say, we have, so gawa tayo ng ano sa taas. I less than or equal to, let's say, the value of n, no? Which is the number series. Later on, we're going to be discussing this one, yung maximum value, which is, we call this as yung number series when we talk about summation. No? Pero number series is not all about summation, but n is the value or the constraints of how much your loop should iterate. So for instance, the value of n is 5, so the loop will only iterate to 5. Ayan. And then we have I plus plus. And then inside of this loop, pwedeng gawa tayo ng, so let's say we have, in order for us to create the number series, let's have here string hold. So the hold represent para, kasi we're not going to, we're not, in the number series, the expected output is the series, not only one value, or not, unlike kung yung i-discuss natin later on, which is summation, it should be only one value. Sa number series, dapat mag-reflect yung number mismo, no? So for instance, we have this one, what is an algorithm for this one? So we'll need another, let's say, another variable. Let's say, gawa tayo dito ng int, result na lang. So result would be, let's say, this is, since ano siya, constant yung value natin, so we're going to start with 1 na lang. So probably you will have here the result times equals to 2. And then after which, you're going to make this hold plus equals to the value, which is result plus something like that. So para, may space yan siya, para mag-generate siya ng 1, 4, 9. So how come na mag-generate siya ng 1, 4, 9, 16, this one, no, these numbers. Remember, you have here 1. So when I is 1, the value of the result is 1 multiplied, raised to the power of 2. Tama ba? 1 times, hindi. 1 times 1, mali ang algo. 1 times 1 is, or pinakadali, math.pow ka. Math.pow para mas madali. Math.pow, then the value of I, and then raised to the power of 2. Something like that. So if this will not work, math.pow will do. No, math.pow, I raised to the power of 2. So, tama. Ang result dapat, nanong i-erase na po. So, So if you will try this one, the math.pow, I raised to the power of 2. So at first, when I is 1, the result will be, will multiply 1 raised to the power of 2. which is ang result niya would be 1. So sa hold, ang result niya would be maging array o maging string siya. No, array of string. Okay? Or in short, maging string siya, which is 1. Then plus a space. So yan na yung value. Then the next, when dito tayo na part, when I becomes 2, so the result will be, result will have, uh, this is, the value of the I is now 2 raised to the power of 2, which makes it 4. Therefore, ang hold natin as of this time will be now 1, then you have 4, which is, na-concatenate na yan siya, then concatenate again with another number. So, yun yung mangyayari. So, pwede natin yang i-program or pwede nyo yan siyang i-program. Then tell me if it's wrong. Okay? If it is wrong, then I stand corrected. So, the pinaka-tama na gamito ninyo this one, para dili na mo maglisod, implementing this kind of number series would be result equals na lang siya. Math.pow. So, I just realized na mas dali siya. Though pwede gihapon to siya, but you will need to have another variable na mag-multiply sa number I, tapos mag-multiply sa number I, and then i-add nimo ang siya sa result. Something like that. Which is a little bit of, medyo taas-taas na ang process. But isa lang po siya ka-line, medyo dagan lang, lang nimo siya into formula. Okay? So, pwede nyo i-try, then just tell me if it's wrong. Given the value of n. So again, the n there will be the counter-controlled variable. So counter-controlled variable because it is going to, it will be the driver kung how much loop or iteration your loop should iterate or repeat the statement inside of the for block. Okay? So question? Sige, program na lang nato para dili mo ma... So if you will be asked to create that kind of program, so let's say we have here, ano yung number series? Ito siya, no? Sige, let's have here number series. Para matest na agad natin. Okay, so let's have here string, hold. Then let's have here int result is equal to 1. And then it doesn't matter if it's 0 or 1 kasi ang result will be replaced by a value every now and then na mag-loop ang loop, for loop rather. So let's start with 1. Pwede gani diri ang result is equal to math.pow I to 2. Wait kasi na result there. Kasi unahon sa nato tong solution na gibuhat nato kanina before we will change our algo. So let's say we have value of n. So ang n natin would be any entry ng user. So either the user enters 5 or 7, 7 or 8, depending on the user enter or value na i-enter. So n is the loop control variable. So now we'll have here I plus plus, and then let's have here the result is equal to math.pow. So you will need to, so since siya, kailangan nato siya i-typecast into int kasi the math.pow, I believe so, ang iyahang gina-result ani is double. Oo, ayan, double. So double siya, that's why we need to typecast it to int. Okay, otherwise mag-error siya. So pinaka the best nimong button is pwede nimo siya double, pero ang problem ani is 10.5 wala may loop na 10.5, no? Let's say, for an instance, kani 10.5, wala may loop na 10.5. So, medyo unclear imuhang algo. So, with that, mas okay siya in ani on na to. But it's up to you again, no? It depending on ano yung requirement ng program. And then let's have here the hold plus equals the result. So if you want na may representation of sige, later na lang din. Let's have here the hold. So ayan, 149, 149, 16, 36, 49, 64, 81, and 100. So if you wish na, sir, what if ganang gusto na ko siya in ani? 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. Though dili na to na siya mabuhat, but pwede na to siya magamit or gamito na to ang kani raised to the power of 2 to represent lang na that is superscript. So to do that, pwede ninyo siya utang dire na I plus this one, maybe like raised to the power of 2, something like that. That's result. So pwedeng ganyan. And then backslash n lang siguro. Wait. Raised to the power of 2. Much better na ano natin siya sa other hold. Siguro like other, let's say, hold 2 na lang. Hold 2 equals to like this. And then we'll have the hold 2 instead. Sorry. Hold 2 equals ano? Tapos, let's have the hold 2 here. Slash n. So, when we get to run this one, sorry. Kulang po plus there. When we get to run this one, so, butaan pa natin space in between. So 1 raised to the power of 2, 2 raised to the power of 2, 3 raised to the power of 2, 4 raised to the power of 2, so on and so forth. Okay? So yeah, that's it. No? That is how you will, you talk mathematically, and as a programmer, you are able to translate this mathematical problem or scenario into a programming. So let's try yung kanina na sinabi ko that you can, try natin, that you can do this na parang ganun siya. Ay, sorry. Result is equal to, pwede ba siya, allowed ba siya? Result is equal to math.pow. I raised to the power of 2. So we'll need to prepare I here. Yeah. So problem niya is wala lang siya para pag abot nato sa module 3, whenever we have this solution, remember guys, remember this one? Every one of you can provide different solutions to every mathematical problem or to every problem or every machine problem given, because we have different logical state. I mean, we have different logic, no? Lahi-lahi tag algo o mali dahil ni wait, what happened? Result math.pow raised to the power of 2. So although it's allowed, it means based on the rules of syntax, allowed siya, but it will not be iterated. So yan yung problem with this one, kasi dili siya ma-part sa iteration. So that's why you need to really put it there. So I thought pwede siya. So now I just realized, because again this is live, na di siya kasi kaning manggod siya ang initialization or initial value when you declare here your variable, this is the part where dili na siya i-appeal og iterate or read sa imuhang for loop. Tama, because kung buhaton nato siya as while loop, this is the part wherein na siya sa outside of while, wherein kanilang ang loop, kanilang siya actually ang i-loop niya. So kaning duha ka sections diri sa ato ang for loop. So unless try natin ilagay dito sa dito. Okay. And I also realize now baka pwede kasi this part right here is pwede siya i-iterate. Ayan. So pwede siya actually. Ayan, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. So namali lang kog butang. Okay? Yeah, although pwede kanina pero that solution is a total crap. So kani siya na solution is gibutang nato siya beside ba or along with the incrementation. So kasi sa for loop kani jud ang i-iterate. So yeah, that's it. Again, let's back where we left off. As I told you, pag sa programming, lahi-lahi man tag brain, lahi-lahi man tag utok, we can give different solutions to every problem. What matters most is syempre mo work imong program, but ang pinaka number one ni nato dira na concern is particularly or most specifically pag computer science ka is you would know how to increase the efficiency of your program, which is yun yung next topic natin. Actually, that's the idea of algorithm complexity, which is ang next ninyo na programming course will be yung data structures and algorithm. Kaya prerequisite ang discrete structures, then proceed mo with data structures kasi dito nyo may balaan ang how to create a program na efficient. Because remember, it's not about the program na naga-work, because what matters most is the program is created in the right way of doing it. So, yan yung idea ng data structures and algorithm or discrete structures, no? We need to seek for a solution that aims to increase the efficiency of our program. Because remember, efficiency is becoming a standard. Mag-select lang gani taog PC or laptop or cellphone nato, di ba? Mas gusto nato ang faster processing. Okay? Mas prefer nato ang faster processing. If nalan tayo money, di ba, we want to buy supercomputers rather than katong computers na low-end. Okay? So, now, let's continue. Do you have questions, guys?
Okay siya, sir.
Okay, so I guess we can proceed now. So, this one, let's try. Sige daw, let's try and then ano nyo sa GC inyong answer. So what are the elements of each sequence where n or a superscript n is equal to n squared? So where the value of n mo is 1, 2, 3. Ano yung sequence of numbers? So you don't have to really, kasi infinity ito siya, you don't have to really, what you call this one, generate all, but at least mapakita ninyo that what are the elements of each sequence. Sige daw. Let's try to check. So I'll give you time to do that as well as itong isa. A, -1 to n, and then 2 raised to the power of n. Where numbers n are 0, 1, 2, 3, and then we have also n 0, 1, 2, 3 respectively. Sige. All right, let's try. Everybody? One agad? Sige, what's the elements of each sequence? First one. Sige, who can the first one? Unsa may value ani? Tanahan na tong GC. Wala. Sige. Althea, Miles.
So, sinusolve ko pa.
Solve pa. Sige, sige. Actually, ang number 1 is, tama ba? The same siya earlier? No? Kani? Tama? Yeah, it's actually the same. Kani? So, expected output sa number 1 is, kani, 1 raised to the power of 2, 2 raised to the power of 2, 3 raised to the power of 2, 4 raised to the power of 2, which is, kani siya, 1, then this one is 4, this one is 9, this one is 16. Tama? So, in short, kani siya, 1, 4, 9, 16 to the infinity. Ayan. Kaning number 2? Sa result sa number 2? Daw. Nabay ano? Wala pa. Sige, solve daw. Sige na, solve na. Na-miss biyata mo. Miss na lang. Bitaw, sige, can you guys do that? What's the answer for that one? Nana? Del Mundo. So 1, 1, negative 1. Murag baliktad ata. Sige, try na to. Del Mundo got it correctly that now, I mean not correct, not the entirety of it na tama siya lahat. Yeah, kulang, but kasi infinity man guna siya. Pero if kani atong basihan 4 lang, 4 series sa n. So it's like if we're going to substitute that one there, no, here. So ano siya? Like negative 1 raised to the power of 0. Yan yung first result. Tapos negative 1 raised to the power of 1. Negative 1 raised to the power of 2. And then negative 1 raised to the power of 3. So yan yung result. So which is negative 1 raised to the power of 0 is 1. Sorry. Which is, nandun na pala ang result. Kanigian. Sige. Anyway, I don't see the result. So sige lang, ato lang i-solve para dili na to ano ang result. So we have, this one is 1. And then, negative 1 raised to the power of 1 is obviously still negative 1. Nothing will actually change. Tama? How about negative 1 multiplied by itself? Twice. Ano ang rule ng mathematics? Pag if you
Both negative, maging
number
positive.
with the same sign, if you multiply the negative number twice, or even siya na multiply nimo, the result will be pila? Positive, negative?
Positive, sir. Positive 1.
Positive. So this is 1. And then this one, since add number siya, negative 3, kasi if this is positive, then if you multiply again the number by negative, the resulting value will be negative. So ano lang siya? So mag-ano siya, alternate siya, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1. Gets, guys? Bantay, mga naka-gets bitaw? Everybody? Everybody. Si Miles lang nag-ano, o si Del Mundo. Tama. Okay, how about the third one? Yung third one. Actually, sa next, ano ang result, pero ato lang siyang isolve para. So, how about the third one? So, this is 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Then 2, 4, etc., etc. So, which is any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. And then 2 raised to the power of 1 is obviously 2. This is 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. 2 raised to the power of 3 is actually 8. Tama? No? Okay, 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. Then 2 raised to the power of 2 is 8 times 2, it will now become, it will now become 16. Wait. This will now become, this is 16, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it, no? That is number series or sequence. Question. On the right part, wala na nailabot, no? Ano na siya. Question? Question, guys? So, wala. Okay.
Ano, sir?
Okay, let's continue. Yeah, that's the answer, actually. So, now, some common sequences are the following. No? So, there is this arithmetic sequence wherein, and so the D represents the number series, no? So this one is the A plus 0. It doesn't matter kasi any number added by 0 is still the same number or the same result, or you will still arrive the same result. So A plus D, then A plus 2D, then A plus 3D, and so on and so forth. That is arithmetic. This one is n raised to the power of 2. So therefore, any number when it is raised to the power, or the number sequence when it is it has the power of 2. So obviously 1 raised to the power of 2 is 1, 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4, so on and so forth. So pag quadratic siya, pag ano naman siya, raised to the power of 3, so ano lang yang ano guys. So until bisan pag mag ano na siya, n to 5, n to raised to the power of 6, 7, and so on and so forth. The same with the 2n raised to the power of n, where the constant value is this variable, or this value, and this is your number series. So either mag-start siya with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So dapat inyong concern is where n is equal to either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tanawin nyo ang given before you will proceed with solving the problem. So ito yung mga number series that is provided or that is generated when you have this value. Okay? So next is a string. No? When we speak of string, remember in programming, string is a number, it's a sequence of characters. So in fact, whenever we write a string, let's say hello world. So hello world is represented by a single character, HELLO. Okay? So actually kung nakaagi mong C++ or C, sa C++ na string, pero kung nakaagi mong mga languages na katungkaraan like C, ang string is there's no such thing as data type na string. You will need to make an array of string. Kailangan nimo siya maghimo kag character array para makabuo kag string. So medyo lisod siya na although kung kabalo kag array from the very first although kung kabalo ka mag-array mas dali ang implementation. But syempre, the first introductory or sa introductory part pa lang sa programming, usually wala pa may idea sa array. But that is how it is, that is how we actually declare array of strings ang tawag namo. But as the programming languages evolve, no, so meron ng mga wrapper classes or reference classes like strings in a certain programming language. In fact, uh, mas mas dynamic na siya. Okay, sa Java, sa Python, mas dynamic na ang string, and you can manipulate string with various or different ways of manipulation or manipulating strings. But again, strings are represented by any character in your keyboard, no, including numeric. So, meron tayong zeros and one binary alphabet, which is a combination of zeros and ones. It will create ASCII code, no. I mean, it will create even numerical value. So we all know that because the language of our computer is or are only between zeros and ones. That is the only thing that our computer understand. Another one is we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a decimal digits. How come, sir, naging decimal digits yan siya? Remember, sa computer, when we talk about decimal, let's say, di ba, decimal to binary, it's the deci means 10, okay? So 10, it is represented by 10 numbers, no? So from 0 to 9. So deci. Yeah. Di ba tama? Deci 10, yeah, that's actually equivalent to 10. If we talk about computers, not ang decimal point kasi kung if we talk about it sa computer, ang iyang ano na is real numbers or currency. Katong na yung mga point something. Mao na tong real numbers or ang ang ubang tawag na is currency. Okay, and then we have hexa. Hexa decimal digits is when it is a combination of 0 to 9, decimal, deci plus hex, A to F will create hexadecimal digits, which is, if i-count mo na siya, 16. Kaning A, morning ika-10, kaning B, morning ika-11, C, morning 12, ang D, morning 13, ang E, morning 14, ang F, morning 15. Ana lang, no? So, mo nang, if mapansin ninyo, ang mga colors, like for an instance, sharp F, 0, 0, 0, 0. I guess this is white. So, di ba daghag hexa, we call this one as hexadecimal colors. So, hexadecimal value colors. So, kung naamoy sa color wheels, nana siya yung mga hex colors, no? So, muna siya ang combination of 0 to 9, deci, and A to F na hex, to conclude hexadecimal value. So, which is 0 to F. Ayan. And then, English uppercase, which is ASCII code. So, yan ang ASCII code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So, kani siya na in what we call this one, organization, o siya ang naga-standardize na all hardware must follow the same ASCII para pag mayong taog, let's say, ang ASCII code sa A, kalimot ko, is it 63 ba? Basta, if it's 63, regardless of you are Mac user, regardless of you are Lenovo user or Acer or ano, dapat parehata o atong hardware na 63 ang pagsabot niya sa A ASCII code para pag-convert nato siya into binary, same sila binary digits. Let's say ang binary digits aning 63 is 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Kay 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So, which this one concludes na this one is 63. So, ana. Okay? So, that is why usually a string is written without commas. So, sa una, as I've told you, this is how we create character of string. We used to put that in an array. Let's say for an instance, i-ana na mo siya. And then this is like, let's say M, and then A, and then T, and then H. So, di na na kumano. But that is how we declare string before. Okay? Or, na ay other way ana para dili mag-array, but you will need to do this one. Something like asterisk CH. This represents a pointer. Kani siya. So, this time, maka-create na ka og string na as string na instead of i-array nimo, inano nimo siya, it is represented by a pointer-based programming. Pero sa Java, sa Python, ayan, you can declare a string as easy as this, no? Like string ch is equal to, let's say, hello world, or whatever imong ibutang sa character or sa ch value. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Then next, let's proceed. So let's talk about arithmetic progression. So as you can see, arithmetic progression is a sequence with this kind of form. So again, this we have here a plus 0d, which is, it doesn't matter anymore. So 1d, so there is an invisible 1 here. Kasi ano man siya, a plus, ang ano na a plus 0d, but again, cross na siya. Then a plus 1d, mathematically na na siya, pero pwede na siya tanggalon. Then 2, and then a plus, sunod ana is a plus 3d, then a plus 4d, and then n is your number series kung imong n mag-start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So sequential siya. Where again the a, ayan, is the initial term. Ayan, this one is the initial term, and your d is the common difference of the term such that it is belong to an r, which is an r is the sequence. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's it for arithmetic progression. Now let's proceed with geometric progression. So geometric progression, any number with a constant value of, I mean, any number with the value is, or any, the, what they call this one, the initial term is, sa tawag ganit, will raise its value or na siya power value number na 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. Like k is mo ni siyang imuhang, actually mo ni imong k, or it is actually equivalent to n, or n is equal to k. Pareha lang na siya, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's it. And then let's have an example here. So given a sequence of finding a rule for generating the sequence is, as I've said, mathematically, it's not always straightforward, because we can, let's say we have this example. We have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So how will you describe this one? The numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Obviously, kung ato ni siyang ano, these are all odd numbers, right? So all odd numbers, probably to the infinity. But what is the formula for this sequence? Ano yung formula ng kanyang number sequence? So with that, we can assume that each number will will generate, or will obtain by adding a number or a value which is 2. So that is why 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 will be 3. Then 3 plus 2 will now result to 5. And then 5 plus 2 will result to 7. So the question there is what type of progression this suggests. Unsa kaya siya? Geometric progression or arithmetic progression? So what type of progression this one suggests to generate number sequence kani? Yeah, this could be, ako, ano lang para dito madugay, this could be arithmetic progression, which is, if this one is the result, probably ang ano niya is the initial term plus the n mo and then your difference, the common difference niya, which is d. So a plus n d, which is kung so 1 plus, okay, 1 plus where imuhang a yan, 1 mo ni imuhang sequence, no, and then imuhang ano is 2, so therefore you have 1 3, then you have 5, and then 7, which is constant value of 2. So 1 plus 2 will have 3, 3 plus 2 generates 5, and 5 plus 2 generates 7. So it's obviously uh, arithmetic progression. Okay, so and then yeah, that's it. That's actually the same. So we have here this one, and then how about this one? This is an example of uh, geometric progression. Okay, so where each value or the initial term and the common difference will have uh, the k as the power or the raise or the value raised to the power of any value. So any value, either 0, 1, 2, 3, as I've said, k can be represented by an n value to generate this kind of value. So dali lang man siya i-process actually. Actually, ang number sequence, it's not that hard. Kasi once you get to see the pattern, then the rest will follow. Okay? Kasi pattern pa na siya pattern eh. And then we cannot we cannot deviate it kasi kung sa i-program nato na siya, ang algo nato will follow, or ang computer will just follow the algo. It does not create its own algorithm. Kasi the moment we already wrote the algorithm for that, it will keep on doing the or executing the statements. So kung sa imong gisulat na statement dito, it's sa imong programs or sa imong code, no matter what's the value of n, kung 1,000 pa na siya, whatever the algo that you wrote, that is what it will follow. Okay, unless nag-machine learning ta or nag-deep learning ta kasi mag-change or ang computer nato now has now the capability of thinking on its own. And it will generate it will generate different result kasi the moment you will train the model, the moment it will learn. Okay, the moment na daghan kag data sets, the moment na daghan kag i-train, the moment na daghan po siya na generate na results. That's why in ana si chat GPT, no, kasi the more we feed information to chat GPT plus katong kina web crawl niya over the internet, is ibutang to niya sa iyahang data sets. Tapos once that algorithm learns on its own, that's why maka-communicate na siya sa imuha and maka-generate siya og mga information because it can learn on its own even without that is what we call of unsupervised machine learning. So yeah, application is in the number series, the application can be either loop or an array, but most likely loop. Di siya sa array man go dili siya, ang pattern niya is mag-vary mo siya depending on what you put inside of the bracket. Pero sa loop is series siya of numbers. Okay? So, question, everybody?
Yeah.
We have questions? Natay questions? Wala.
Okay, second.
Okay, sige. Alright, dirita sa next topic nato would be, so supposed to be ugma nato ni i-discuss, pero since ano man day mo ugma, busy man day mo sa inyong mga life, so let's talk about summation. Sige, saan naman to? Sige, konting tiis na lang, hapit na tamaman. So let's talk about summation. So summation is denoted by a sigma, no? So a sigma symbol, a big sigma symbol or a large sigma symbol. So this one. So when we talk about summation, this will sum up, this will generate number series and sums all the number series na maagian. So particularly pag sinabi nating summations, these are simply going to, again, as I've told you, sums all the terms, di ba? Remember A, the sequence, terms in a sequence. Pag sinabi nating terms, these are equivalent to elements in a set. So where the E is the, I don't want this na makita. Ayan, wait lang. Tapos yung happen. Ayan. Okay, so we have here the sigma is ito, no? Itong si, wait, asa tong pen ako? Wait, namugana na. So this is the, yeah, this is the sigma. Ayan. Okay, so it is used to denote a sum of multiple terms. So if nakakita mo yung na symbol sa inyong calculus or sa inyong mga previous na math concepts, we call it summation, no? Or simply the sums of the terms in a sequence, where the variable j denotes that it is the index of summation. So it is actually the lower limit. So pwedeng wala na itong j. Instead, ang ibutang ni Mudra is the actual value where it is the lower limit. Example, nabutang ka drag n is equal to 1, it starts with 1. And then the n there here is the upper limit. So example, if you want to create a summation of 1 or generate a summation or create a program that adds the first 10 natural numbers, you will just have to put here 10. So 1, it starts at 1 and it ends at 10. Kasi this part right here, your m is the lower limit and your n is the upper limit. Kung asa siya mag-stop. So basically, this is a loop. Pasabot ani summation which is incorporated to a loop. Okay? So now, what is the AJ? The AJ is actually the summand, no? So ito yung driver to where these values or the series will, kung paano natin siya i-manipulate. So wherein, since it is a summand, then therefore, any value, so this can be n, so pwedeng any value siya, it can be n, m, I, it depends. So since number series pa rin siya, m and then m plus 1, but this time, instead of it, you will just display it as a sequence, you're going to add all of them. So, tanan niyang magian, inyo siyang i-add. I-sum, kaya siya tawag is summation because you're going to sum all of the numbers na magian in the number series. So you can use other letters, as I've said. Instead of M, you can use N. Instead of N, you can use I, J, K, L, M, and O, P. Pero usually, ang ginagamit ng dira for summation sa mga regular na books kay ano lang. So you start with the, let's say, I, ang uban I, uban N. So let's say you start with 5, and then yung upper limit nimo is 10, and then you have here the N. So probably ang result ana ay, ang ano ana is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because there's no such thing as wala makagibuhat dira na. So that this one is the number series na gi-generate. So unsa may ano na is isum nimo 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10, which is ang result ana is the sum of this number. So which is pila ni siya? Sige daw, i-add daw ninyo. So instead of just displaying it, i-add ninyo na siya. So this is 5 plus 6. Everybody? Oy, asanan mo? 11 plus 7, 18 plus 8, 26 plus 9, 35 plus 5 at 10 is 45. Am I correct? Tama ba ako ang math?
Yes, sir.
Tama ko? Tama na lang. Tama, recorded yan eh. Basta mamali ta. Tama, dili.
Tama, sir. Tama.
Okay, good. So that is the summation. That is, what's the difference between sequence and summation? Pag sinabi nating sequence, this is the sequence. You just display the numbers. So let's say, pag sinabi nating A1 sub 2 sub A sub 2 sub 3, diba? I-display lang nimo ang numbers as to unsa na numbers. Let's say, ang numbers nimo are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. So, i-display lang nimo. But if we talk about summation, instead of just displaying them, you are also going to, actually, dili yun siya ingon na i-display, but you're going to get the result. So, instead, ang imong buhaton na is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So, that's summation. But still, again, it's a sequence with adding all elements or adding all the terms. Di siya element, but ang term na to is terms. Yeah. So with this one as an example, so you have, this is the lower limit, remember? So lower limit, this is the upper limit. So this is where it will end. And then n is equal to, the n is, it does not have anything na naka-formula. So therefore, ang number series niya is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So since summation siya, because of this sigma, therefore you will need to add 2, 1, and 2, which is 3. And then plus 3 will become, will result 6. And then plus 4 incurs 7. And 7 plus 5, mali lagi. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 6, 10 plus 5, that which results to 15. Okay? So, yeah, basically, kung i-program na to, asan mo to, kung i-program natin yan siya, ang ano ha. So if we implement that one in a program, tapos kana akong gibutang, asan to? Kana lang akong gibutang na gibutang sa, like kanilang ang given, no? And then, so given this summation, so mag-create ka og program that will do that. So let's say for an instance, let's say we have I is equal to, then, so the lower limit is 1, upper limit nimo is 5, so I is less than or equal to 5. Pwedeng upper limit natin could be an input. So meaning mag-input daw siya. So let's say 5. So pwedeng users entry na siya. And then we have I plus plus. And then if you want to get the sum, I. Okay? And then let's see rather. So sum of 1 to the value of n is equals to sum. So dapat pila to ang result na to? 15. So dapat ang result ana would be 15. So sum of 1 to 5 is 15. So again, mo niya itong loop control variable that controls the execution of the loop. So if gusto nimo siya na makita ang series, asa na to? Like kani 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So again, you can use the string, no? So series, no? Para makuha nimo ang number series, you will need to do this one. So I plus ano mo plus, then yeah. So ana, then instead of so you have here hold plus hold plus equals to sum. Baliktad. Sige na lang. Anyway. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 15. Although na ay 5 ay na ang 5 na ay plus pwede naman niyo siya unsa na. Pwede na ninyo iputag condition na pag na siya ay actually pwede. If I is less than or equal to n, diba? Else or tama pwede yan eh. Correct na to. Anyway, less than n, else hold plus equals to I. Diba? Maragana. So, para mawala ang plus sa last part. Kasi ang ano na ani is, di ba remember, 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, according sa atong loop, ang 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 daw, kay na ay plus, which is kani, ano na siya yan, no? Which is morning ginabuhat ni lines 17. So, this is again the number series ha. Morning series, number series. And then, pag abot daw na, ang n mo will be 5 na. Therefore, wala na daw siya. I-omit daw niya ang plus sign. So, isumpay lang daw niya diretso last. So, di ba naman siya i-plus dire di ay. So, isumpay daw nimo ang 5 which is ang may tabo. Ang hold nimo na will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 na ay plus which is kani. Then, madungagan siya 5. So, that's it. Mag-stop ang loop and then i-display niya dire. So, inana ang mahitabo sa summation. Summation and number series. So, again, this is the number series plus summation and this is summation. Okay? All right, next is, let's continue. So, we have, so again, the sigma symbol means to sum things up. And what you are going to sum is whatever is after the sigma. So, meaning, whatever is after the sigma, ito yung i-sum natin. No? All values of n. So, we sum, ayan. So, we sum the n. So, it means that the n goes from kani, the lower limit, going to 7. So, again, if ano nato ni siya into programming, this is the starting value, which kaya tawag niya is lower limit, and this is the ending value. So, that is how you analyze the summation. So, mo nang ay mo kahadlok kung makita mo og summation. Kaya ang uban, ana, no? Pag kita na ginana, wa na mahadlok na nga symbol. Okay, so ayaw mo kadlok because that only means na it is, actually sa programming, tawag na to na, okay, mag-require na siya og loop and nakay buhaton na summation inside of that loop. So mo na pasabot ana. So it's a loop and there's a summation inside of that loop. So yan, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Therefore, we have 28. So therefore, this formula right here or statement says that the numbers from 1 to 7 will be added and summed up and it yields to 28. Nakuha, guys. Kasi nangatulog na mo dira. Hello?
So ang
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ano po yan sir, yung sa formula po niyan is
Ano po,
kapag
Miles?
may missing na number sa harapan ng sigma, yun yung gawin na summation.
Na ako'y na-miss na part. Ano daw? On sa Miles? Saan naman to?
Yung ano sir ba? Yung kapag summation na, yung final answer ilalagay na dyan sa harapan ng sigma.
Oo. Yeah, okay. Bilakog na ako'y na-miss na part. So, let's continue. And yeah, so, but the summation, other than it will add the all numbers after the sigma, it can also do a lot of powerful things. So one of it is we can get the square of the n each time and sums up the result. Example, yung kanina normal lang na sequence, no? Yung n sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 based on the lower limit and the upper limit. Pero this time, meron na tayong yung lower limit natin is 1, upper limit natin is 7. So, meron na tayong there's another constraint that says every number of n should be raised to the power of 2. So therefore, ang ano niya is like 1 raised to the power of 2 plus 2 raised to the power of 2 plus 3 raised to the power of 2 plus 4 raised to the power of 2 plus 5 raised to the power of 2 plus 6 raised to the power 6 na guys ha. 6 raised to the power of 2 plus 7 raised to the power of 2, which is, ang result niya, ito no. So 1 raised to the power of 2 is 1, 2 times 2, 4, 3 times 3, 9, 4 times 4, 16, and so on and so forth, which yields to 140. Tama ba? 140 siya? 1 plus 4, 5 plus 4, 13, plus 6, 25, 50, 50 plus 36 is 86, 86 plus 49 is 140. So this is correct. Okay? So that's summation. Now another way in the summation is it can also get the first 7 terms, first 7 terms in the sequence by using the formula 5n plus 2 or the expression 5n plus 2. Therefore, it says that before we arrive 7, 12, 17, 22, 27, 32, and 37, it says that paano we come up ang 7? We come up 7 because we start with 1, okay? And then substitute the value of 1 as in the end. So ang iyang ano is 5 times 1 plus 2, which is 5 times 1 plus 5 plus 2 is 7. So that's the first one. How about 12? So this is 5 times 2 plus 2. So 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. Do you follow? Did you guys follow? 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is now 17. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2 is 22. So this one is 422, 427, 5 times 5 is 25 plus 2. So see, you can see the pattern because it's again a number series, but the result will be added after. So 27 and then 32. So 32, ipadayon na lang ni sir kay para dili malibog. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 2. The result is 32. And then sa 37, 5 times, okay, sunod na, 7 na. Okay, kay last no, ang upper limit na to. Plus 2 is 35 plus 2, 37. So you will add 7, 12, 17, 22, 27, 32, and 37. You have the final value of 154. So di ba mas easier siya i-convert into programming pag nakain-ani siya. Clear? Question? May question?
Okay, sir.
Nakuha, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, good. Next. Another one is we can use other letters instead of N. So, pwede daw na, di ba, ingon ko sa inyo, pwede na bagbisan kung N ang gigamit. Again, kung makita mo sa problem na to po na N, nanay ng klase diri. So, pasa na to guys. I use I here, no? So, I plus 2 plus I. So, therefore, this is 1, lower limit of 1, upper limit of 6. So, first 2 lang atong anuhan na. So, the value of I is 1. Sorry. 2 plus 1 times 1. So, ano unahin dito?
Yung sa loob, sir.
Okay, either, di ba? Pwedeng substitution property, tama? Pwedeng 2 plus 1, 3 plus times 1 is 3. Pwede bang 2 pero kanilong process siya pag substitution property sa unsa man ni algebra, no? 2 times 1, 2, then 1 times 1, 1. So, result 2 plus 1, 3 gyapon. So, ang pinaka ano nimo na is 2 plus 1, 3 times 1. Unless kung naa siya inani guys sa again lahi ra niha 1 times 2 plus 1 versus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Unsay kalahian ani? Unsay result ani? This is 3. How about this one?
4.
Very good. This is 4. So remember that one. And then sa 8 naman, paano gi-arrive ang 8? Ang 8 gi-arrive by having 2 times 2 plus 2. So 2 plus 2, 4 times 2 is now 8. So yan yung, that's why it's 8. So si 15, paano yan si 15? 3 times the value of 2 plus the value of 3. So 3 plus 2 plus 3 is 5 times 3 is 15. So ana siya. So di na ko ipadayon, you can see the pattern for 24, 35, and 48. So if you get to review the video, pwede nyo ipadayon if you want to. So next is we can start and end with any number. So dili lang kay ang lower limit always starts at 1 or 0. It can also start at 5. So pwede ang lower limit nimo mag-start at 5 and the upper limit nimo will be syempre upper limit is the number of how much it will execute. But it will now vary. Ang loop execution nimo will now vary depending on the lower limit. This time, kay since mag-start man siya sa 5, therefore 5 times na lang mag-loop imuhang loop. Instead, 5 times na lang ni siya mag-loop instead of 9 times. So since this is n cube, therefore, this is n cube na mag-start ta with 5. 5 raised to the power of 3 plus 5, tama ba ko? 6 di ay. 6 raised to the power of 3. So 5 times 5, 25 times 3, 125. 6 times 6, 36 times 3, times 6, 216. So ana siya. Clear? So 7 times 7, 49 times 7 is 343. So another one, 8 na po. Nine times 9, 27 times 9 is 729, which incur 1,925. So, yeah, that's it. And then, how about this one? Sige. Kung sa may result, ane? Sum of the first four terms of n. Sige, ang sa result, ane, everybody? Guys? Daw, be? Saan naman mo? Ang sa result, ane? Althea, Miles. Ang sa number
10.
series, ane? 1 plus 2
2
plus
plus
3
3.
plus
4.
4. Ang result will be
10.
10. So, 10 ang iyahang answer. Okay. This one. Number series, ane? 1 squared. Squared, ay? Squared ba?
2
Tama.
squared.
2 squared plus 3
3
squared
squared.
plus 4. 4 squared plus 5 squared plus 6 squared plus 7 squared, which is, this one is 1, this one is 4, this one is 9, this one is 16, this one is 25, this one is 36, this one is 49. Sa result, anla, i-add ninyo, gikapoy na akong utok og math. 1 plus 4, 5, 14, 14 plus
140.
16, 30. Sila ba? 14 plus 16, 30. 55. Ilan eh? 91. 100. Pila ni? 150?
140, sir.
Pila?
140.
140.
140 di ay. Sobra ko 10. So 140. Okay. 140, tama? Kaya naka-record biya ni ha?
Yes, sir. Tama. 140.
Okay, good. How about this one? So this is, medyo tricky gamay. So
1 minus 1.
1 minus 1 raised to the power of 2 plus
2 minus 1.
2 minus 1 raised to the power of 2. Ibaba lang ako ha, plus 3 minus 1 raised to the power of 2 plus 4, minus 1 raised to the power of 2, then 5 minus 1 raised to the power of 2. So, pila may result aning una? 1. Tama? Aning sunod? 1 gyapon. Kani? 4. Kani? 9. Kani? 16. Tama? Pila yung
Sir.
result?
30.
This is 30. Tama? Ako na ningong tama. Sige. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 4, 6. That's 15. Okay. Hala. Wait. Sure mo, tama? 30, 31. Or na ako yung mali? Zero.
1 minus 1 to the power of 2, 0 ata, sir.
Ay, tama na yun. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 raised to the power of 2. Pila di ay? Ha?
0.
Okay, that is 0. So, therefore, 30, di siya 31. Okay, next. Kani. So, ayan. Nakasimple, guys, no? So, this starts with, if, ato, di siya kanon, this is 4 times 1 plus 1. So, ang first nimo na result is, sa unahon, ani? 4 plus 1 is 5. No? Sunod kay i-plus na po nimo basta substitute na po nimong value 4 times 2 plus 1 which is 8 plus 1 9. So i-plus na po nimo ni 9 5 and 9 which is ang result ana kamo na bahala. Sige, padayon na lang nato. 4 3 plus 1. Ingna ko kung mali ha kay naka-record biya ni. So plus na po.
13.
This is 13. Okay, next. This is 4 plus 4 plus 1. This is 17. This is 4 plus 520 plus 1, 21. So, pilatanan. Pilatanan ni siya. Sa result, ani? Faster. Aray. Pila result? Guys, sa result, pila? Hala, wala na nang lubag. Gipangkapoy na. 1,005?
Mali yan.
Tama ba? 4 times 1, 4. Plus 1, 5. Tama. 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. Pila ang result, ani?
65, sir.
65. Tama.
Mali yan. Nalagyan ko ng the square ko.
Okay, okay. 65? Sure? Sige ha.
Yes, sir. Tama, sir.
Okay. Sige, 65. Unless tama atong execution sa formula. Tama man kaya dire. 1 to 5.
Tama,
4
sir.
times 12. Okay. And sige, kamo na nag-try ani. Again, I want you guys to try this one at home para pag meet na to, we'll have practice. Then we'll have module 3. So I guess that's it. So I want you guys to I want you to try this one at home, no? Para ano lang, i-test lang niyo yung sarili if either you you are able to understand it. So again, ang goal lang natin dito is we discuss sequences and summation para prerequisite for the next topic, which is also para mas ma-enhance ninyo inyong mathematical skills as well as your logical skills. So this will aim to improve your mathematical and logical thinking, guys, which can help sa inyong programming skills. Kasi ang programming requires math concept plus logical skills. So, I guess that would be all for now. So, for the attendance, kay dugay-dugay tawa nag-meet, I want you guys to open your camera. Okay. Hala. Ang mga gwapo ba? Na-miss biya ta mo. Sige, open lang po na ako. Ay, di na lang kay pangit man di ay. Magkadlap-kidlap man. Alright. So, napa si Althea? Te? Isa'y pwede picture, imutang ang tama na yung ipanggamit na pangalan?
Yes po. So, JMC na po.
Okay. So, kanina 26, 25. I counted 26, 25 kanina but this time 19 na lang. So, open your camera para we can stop this session. Solidad, Banwag, Clerigo. So, di na ako i-credit yung attendance. Hi, Lima. Yeah, I'm still having a class. Okay.
Other section.
In the other school.
Other school.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you later. Okay, just wait for a while. Banwag, Clerego. So again, reminder lang, hindi na ko i-credit ang attendance pag walay picture. This is, okay, 1, 2, 3, smiles. Once again, para makaano pa, 1, 2, 3, smile. So, all right. So again, thank you everybody and have a great day. So maybe I will drop by there tomorrow para pasinday nag-atik-atik ra muna namoy may klase, no? So maybe see you tomorrow and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, sir.
Bye,
Thank
sir.
you.
Do you want the recording or dili na? No need?
Need,
Oo,
sir.
sir.
Oh, need ay. O sige, GCash lang ha. O sige na, bye-bye na. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Yes, 5.